ever again. Now, here's an interesting article that was sent to me today from thehornnews.com. I've never seen this website before, but they allege that Joe Biden has mafia connections. Joe Biden is the frontrunner for the 2020 Democratic presidential nomination, but he won't be there for long if these scandals keep breaking. A gang of women have said that Biden has a nasty habit of putting his hands and lips on them without their consent, and the former vice president even made a strange prostitute confession. But there's a darker secret hanging over Uncle Joe's head. His family has deep business ties to one of America's most infamous names in organized crime. This isn't just any small-time wise guy. At one time, this mob boss was number 2 on the FBI's 10 most wanted list, right behind OBL. Joe Biden's son, Hunter Biden, even used the family to strike up a $1.5 billion deal with Communist China. It all began in 2009 when Hunter Biden teamed up with the son of another former Democratic presidential candidate, Senator John Kerry. Biden and Chris Hines started Rosemont Capital and an affiliated company, Rosemont Seneca. The Biden and Kerry clans used their families' political connections to smooth out deals and peddle influence, according to Peter Schweitzer, who exposed the story in his book Secret Empires: How the American Political Class Hides Corruption and Enriches Family and Friends. But when they went for the big score in Beijing, they had to call in outside help. To crack China, Rosemont joined forces with a company called the Thornton Group, but the actual owner was James Bulger. If that last name sounds familiar, it should. James Bulger is the nephew of James Whitey Bulger, the head of Boston's infamous Winter Hill Gang. Even though Whitey was implicated in 16 murders, he lived scot-free for decades thanks to corrupt government officials. Whitey had corrupt cops, even FBI agents, on his payroll, but he also had high connections in the State House. Whitey's brother, Billy Bulger, was president of the Massachusetts State Senate, and he admitted he ran the place with a dictatorial iron fist for years. Critics said that the two brothers scratched each other's backs and kneecapped each other's enemies. Billy used Whitey's reputation, real or imagined, as a club to threaten and punish, said Michael McCormick, a member of the Boston City Council for 10 years in the 1980s until 1991. Even though Billy's supporters insist Whitey never really hurt anyone, McCormick says the threat is enough. When boogeyman become real, they are real. At one time, then Boston Mayor Kevin White thought that Whitey had put a hit out on him. Billy helped his brother, too. When Whitey Bulger won the lottery jackpot worth $14.3 million in July 1991, tongues started wagging that the mob world miracle was really an inside job. The FBI said Whitey used the cash for money laundering. When Whitey was on the run for 16 years, Billy kept talking to him on the phone. He refused to help the feds find him. Eventually, then Governor Mitt Romney pressured Bulger out of public life, getting him out of the University of Massachusetts, where Billy had taken over as president. Billy is on the board of Thornton along with his son. The Biden family thought this was a family that could open doors, and did they ever make a killing? Chinese officials first agreed to talk about a business deal with the children of Joe Biden and John Kerry and Whitey Bulger's nephew in May 2011. At the time, Whitey Bulger was still on the lam. He wouldn't be arrested for another month. Thornton's website bragged that Beijing's communist leaders extended their warm welcome to the Thornton Group, with its U.S. partner, Rosemont Seneca chairman Hunter Biden, second son of the now former Vice President Joe Biden. Hunter Biden visited China with his dad multiple times during the Obama years. In 2013, just days after Biden left the country on an official Obama administration visit, Chinese communists cut the trio a $1.5 billion deal, with a catch. China would be part owner in the deal. Biden, Kerry, and Bulger immediately agreed and invested in nuclear power conspiracy against the United States, according to Schweitzer. The Bidens did business with the family of a wanted gangster and the Chinese Communist government. Somehow the mainstream media never saw fit to print a word of this. There are more than 39 million articles tying Donald Trump to the mafia in major outlets like The Washington Post, The Wall Street Journal, Politico, and PolitiFact. Whole books have been written claiming President Trump has mob ties. But Biden's latest scandal, there's practically nothing. And that's criminal. excellent article. And Peter Schweitzer, we all know Peter Schweitzer does top-notch work. This is something I am definitely